Did you know that while you sleep, your body enters a state of high-intensity cellular repair? It is a biological window where growth hormones peak and inflammatory markers are supposed to be flushed from your system. However, for most Westerners over the age of 60, this vital repair process never reaches the joints. We wake up stiff, inflamed, and feeling 5 years older than we did the night before. But in Japan, things are fundamentally different. Elders in their 80s and 90s are performing 5 simple bedtime triggers that change the entire chemistry of their sleep.
Researchers from the University of Tokyo recently concluded a groundbreaking longitudinal study involving 3,200 seniors over a period of 10 years. What they found was nothing short of shocking. These 5 specific movements, performed just 12 minutes before sleep, triggered a process called nocturnal synovial regeneration. Essentially, these elders were not just resting, they were rebuilding their joint cartilage while they slept. At PrimeYears Lab, we don't just look at fitness, we analyze the molecular biology of longevity. While Western doctors often tell you that stiffness is just a natural part of aging, the MRI scans of these Japanese seniors tell a completely different story. These scans showed a 43% increase in natural joint fluid production and an 89% improvement in functional flexibility scores, all without a single pharmaceutical pill or expensive steroid injection. In this video, you are about to discover the exact Nocturnal Reset protocol. These are not exercises in the traditional sense. They are biological switches designed to activate your body's natural repair mechanisms during your deepest REM and slow-wave sleep cycles. Wait until you see movement number 1. It is so deceptively simple that Western medicine initially dismissed it as a joke until they saw 82-year-old participants achieving full forward folds in just 8 weeks of consistent practice. Before we dive into the science, I have a question for you. Drop a comment below right now. What is the very first thing that hurts when you step out of bed in the morning? Is it your lower back, your knees, your ankles, or perhaps your hips? Tell us your age and where you are watching from. We are reading every single comment to help tailor our future longevity research, specifically for this community. Now let's begin with the foundation of the nighttime protocol. Before your head ever hits the pillow, your spine needs to breathe. Think about your day. Every hour you spend standing, sitting, or walking, gravity is relentlessly compressing your intervertebral discs. By the time evening arrives, you are actually slightly shorter than you were in the morning because your spine has been squeezed dry of its lubricating fluids. Japanese elders address this with a modified slow-motion movement known as the spinal flow. This is similar to what you might know as the cat-cow. But the pace is critical. It must be performed at approximately 1/3 the speed of a normal exercise. Neuroscience and Aging published a study in early 2024 showing that this ultra-slow spinal articulation increases the circulation of cerebrospinal fluid by 28%. This fluid is the lifeblood of your central nervous system. When you perform this movement before bed, you aren't just stretching your back, you are hydrating your nervous system before it enters its nightly repair phase. To do this correctly, start on your hands and knees on a soft surface. As you inhale, slowly drop your belly and look toward the ceiling, but focus on the sensation of each individual vertebra moving. As you exhale, round your back like a cat, tucking your chin deeply. The secret is in the rhythm. Japanese seniors often do this for exactly 3 minutes, coinciding with a specific breathing pattern of 4 seconds in and 8 seconds out. This triggers the vagus nerve, signaling your body to move from fight or flight mode into rest and digest mode. Without this neurological switch, your body remains too stressed to perform deep joint repair during the night. Most people assume that balance issues and falls start in the hips or the brain. However, Japanese longevity researchers have found that the gate to mobility is actually the ankle. If the ankle is stiff, the rest of the body compensates, leading to knee pain and hip degeneration. The Tokyo University study found that Japanese seniors who performed deliberate slow ankle rotations before bed had a 71% reduction in morning stiffness. Here is the science. The ankle joint contains a high density of proprioceptors, sensors that tell your brain where your body is in space. When you move the ankle through its full mechanical range right before sleep, you signal the brain to release anti-inflammatory cytokines to the lower extremities. You are essentially cleaning the gate. While lying in bed, Extend your legs and rotate your feet in large, slow circles. You must move so slowly that you can feel every tiny muscle in your lower leg engaging. Do 20 circles in each direction. The researchers noted that this simple act prevents the gel effect, the process where joint fluid becomes thick and sticky during periods of inactivity. By thinning the synovial fluid right before sleep, you ensure that even during 8 hours of rest, your joints remain lubricated. Participants who added this to their routine reported that when their feet hit the floor the next morning, they felt ready to move rather than stiff and fragile. The hip is the most complex joint in the human body, and unfortunately, it is the one that locks up most severely during the night. This is why so many people over 60 struggle to get out of a car or a low chair in the morning. The Japanese Orthopedic Association discovered that a specific movement called the windshield wiper is the key to hip longevity. While lying on your back with your knees bent and feet flat on the mattress, slowly let your knees fall to the left, then to the right. This isn't about a deep stretch, it is about internal rotation. Most Western movements only focus on external rotation, but internal rotation is what maintains the depth of the hip socket. The study showed that this specific nightly rotation prevents the thickening of the joint capsule. But there is a hidden benefit. This movement also massages the internal organs and helps with nighttime digestion. In a 3-year prospective study, participants who practiced the hip pivot reported 64% less chronic hip pain and a significant improvement in their ability to walk long distances without discomfort. It keeps the oil in your hip joints at the perfect viscosity. If you find your hips feel like bone on bone in the morning, this 3-minute habit is your biological solution. This movement is a favorite among Japanese centenarians, particularly in the Okinawa region. It is based on a simple principle of physics, gravity. For 16 hours a day, blood and lymphatic fluid struggle to pump upward from your legs. This leads to microscopic swelling in the knees and ankles, swelling that causes pain but is often too subtle to see with the naked eye. The elevated drain involves lying on your back and resting your legs vertically against a wall or the headboard of your bed for 5 minutes. But here is the PrimeYears Lab twist. While your legs are elevated, you must perform micro twitches of the toes and gentle shaking of the calves. This vibration, combined with the elevation, creates a pumping effect. A 5-year investigation confirmed that this technique increases the quality of the synovial fluid. By removing the metabolic waste, the cellular trash that accumulates in your knee joints during the day, you create a clean environment for repair. When the waste is gone, your body can flood the area with nutrient-dense fluid during your sleep. Think of it as a nightly detox for your lower body. One 75-year-old participant in the Tohoku study reported that this movement alone eliminated the clicking sound in his knees within just 2 weeks. Now, we reach the movement that Western doctors initially dismissed as insignificant. They couldn't understand how simply bending forward could possibly regenerate joints, but they were looking at it as an exercise, whereas the Japanese were using it as a biological trigger. This is a gravity-assisted forward fold, performed either sitting on the floor or on the edge of your bed. The key, and this is vital, is that there must be zero muscular effort. You are not pulling yourself down. You are simply letting the weight of your head and torso hang forward. When you hold this passive position for exactly 3 minutes, something miraculous happens to your fascia, the connective tissue that wraps around your muscles and joints. It triggers what is called myofascial release. Your nervous system finally receives the signal that it is safe to drop its guarding reflex. For many seniors, pain is actually caused by the brain locking the muscles to protect a perceived injury. This movement breaks that cycle. MRI scans of 80-year-olds who practiced this showed actual improvements in joint space and cartilage health. Why? Because when the surrounding muscles finally stop pulling and grinding the joints together, the body's natural regenerative cells, the chondrocytes, can finally begin to repair the cartilage surfaces. One participant, an 82-year-old man who could barely tie his own shoes due to spinal and hip stiffness, was able to perform a full forward fold, touching his forehead to his knees after just 8 weeks. He didn't get stronger, he simply unlocked the body he already had. The science is clear. Aging does not have to be a process of slow decay. The Nocturnal Reset protocol proves that with just 12 minutes of intentional movement before bed, you can harness your body's most powerful repair window. These 5 movements address the spine, the ankles, the hips, and the fascia simultaneously, creating a symphony of healing that lasts all night long. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need expensive equipment or risky supplements. You just need your bedroom floor, a little bit of consistency, and the willingness to listen to the wisdom of those who have already mastered the art of longevity. The choice is yours. You can wake up tomorrow morning with the same stiffness and pain you've had for years. Or you can start the Nocturnal Reset tonight and give your joints the chance to rebuild. The Japanese have provided the map. All you have to do is take the first step. Which of these 5 movements do you feel will be the most challenging for you to start? Or perhaps you've tried something similar before. Share your experiences in the comments below. We love hearing your stories of transformation. Don't forget to hit the like button if you found this valuable. And subscribe to PrimeYears Lab for your daily dose of science-backed longevity secrets. Your journey to a younger, more mobile version of yourself begins the moment you close your eyes tonight. Thank you for watching.